So welcome back to the show, and this is going to be a little bit of a long one. So we're going to go through this whole first season, obviously try to make some trades, kind of start rebuilding this team, and then through there we'll definitely go through the offseason. Not sure how crazy the offseason will be if I think about it right now, due to the fact that we're not going to be really on the market to sign big-time free agents right now. It's all about, preparing for the draft, maybe making some trades, picking up prospects along the way, and build this team for the future going forward. So obviously we're going to start with the scouting. It's going to be an important part. I really wish the show would improve this part of the scouting. Obviously, I would love if they had single A teams in here. That'd be fantastic. You could just add, more guys onto the rosters. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but I wish the scouting, because obviously, in Madden with the NFL, scouting is so important, obviously, for the draft as well. In basketball, I'm not too really worried about scouting. Usually it's that top 15. Maybe even top 6 guys that really can make a huge impact. Where in baseball, you can just find guys in later rounds and they can really turn out to be something special for sure. And this is where teams, it's getting to the point, where teams aren't signing big-time free agents. Heck, they're not even really signing any free agents anymore. And it's really based on scouting and, building up your prospects and really having so many guys. Look at the Astros. They just kind of totally retooled their team, and they got a World Series out of it. The Red Sox kind of did the same. They pretty much did the same thing. Obviously, the payroll's a lot higher, but the Red Sox did the same thing. They get a World Series. Yankees kind of doing this, trying to do the same thing. Obviously, they went out and got Giancarlo Stanton in a trade, but they're trying the same thing, and that's what it's kind of what baseball's a kind of a copycat thing. Most sports are, so that's what all these teams are trying now, and it's tough to get prospects and. You're not really going after free agents, so that's what we need to do. As you see, we sim the first month there, and this team is doing surprisingly well. We're in first place. I know it's just a month into the season. I'm not really expecting much out of this team. Obviously, I don't think they're the most talented team. We have guys left and right. You see Jesse Winkler doing pretty well, so that's good to see from a young outfielder. Votto, I know he's a cold streak, but he still hit 339. Yasiel Puig, 276. Kemp at 243. Guys, I'm not really concerned about. Just, as long as they play somewhat decent and have decent trade value, that's all I really care about. So I'm thinking what we're going to do here, I'm not going to go month by month because that would just take, going through stats, that's just going to take a long, long time. So I just wanted to see through maybe this first month how guys are faring. And obviously maybe just sim to the draft. We'll do that. We'll do the draft. And then we'll sim to maybe the trade deadline around there, trying to make some trades. And then from there, I think sim to the end of the minor league season so we can see the stats, because I've made a mistake like that before, accidentally simming through the minor league season, and then you can't see the stats. All you can see is the playoff stats. So I want to see what these guys did the whole season. So we'll have to sim through there, and then obviously sim through the rest of the season. And the way this team's playing so far, who knows, we could make the playoffs. That'd be crazy to see. So there's Nick Senzel, obviously the guy we're looking at. He will be up for sure, I would say. If not, I don't think we'll bring him up this year. We'll just leave him sit in the minors. But as we start next season, he is going to be in the majors, no doubt about it. He will be up there, and he will be, up there hopefully for a Rookie of the Year. He has a lot of talent. Right now, obviously he can play different positions. He's at center field. So depending what happens there, we have a couple other guys in the outfield. Maybe when we move him back to the infield, we'll see about that. Checking out Sal Romano. He's only 25, B potential, not too bad. Maybe we bring him up here just to throw him in there, as he is dominating there in AAA. So maybe we just bring him up to the bigs. Put him into the rotation, just let him roll for the rest of the season and see what he has. We might have to do that. Jonathan India, another guy there. He is performing okay. Taylor Trammell with 4 home runs, leading the AA squad with 15 RBI. Average not really there, but at least he's got decent on base. So that's another guy. See, that's another guy in the outfield you have to watch out for. If he performs well, who knows? Maybe we just bring him up to the bigs as well next year and just start the youth movement. Maybe a little earlier than I wanted to. I was thinking maybe in year number 3 we really get these guys going. But hey, I'm all about starting early. Hunter Green, I think maybe is another season or 2 away for sure. He's only, 19 years old. So, I'm all for getting guys. If you're 22, 23 years old, let's start this early. Let's see what we can build right away and go from there. As just checking out a few guys there. George Johnson performing very well, so maybe he can boost up from a C potential to a B. But Hunter Green's pitching well, 2.79 ERA. Just 1-1 so far, just a few starts. As I think we're going to sim forward here and get close to the draft, as we're only 35 days away from the draft day. And we should be picking in the top 8, I think, with the Reds. Maybe number 6 pick, 6 or 7. And we'll have to see what's available there for us as we're trying to do as much scouting as we possibly can here. And then, we got to, so we're at the draft day. Sim through this day here, and here we go. So we're at the 2019 draft. And let's get into this draft, and let's see what kind of talent we can bring to the organization. Actually, so we're 8. We're picking on number 8. Wasn't sure if, I knew it was top 8 for sure. So it's going to be number 8. And here we go. So who do we got on the board? So we've definitely done as much scouting as we possibly can. Pitcher, I would love to get a starting pitcher. Just continue to build that. But if we don't have a starting pitcher we really want, we possibly can, go, to the best available. Now, his potential is very good, obviously, but he's only at 55 overall. 2023 MLB, they're projecting 2023. I mean, these guys definitely have talent, good velocity. He doesn't really have any accuracy. Here's Felipe Nunez. Same thing. They're kind of all the same. He's already 22 years old, so who knows when he'd be up in the bigs. I don't know. Arm strength, his accuracy. Look at his. The hit per 9, not very good. And so this is another one. Julio Ruiz, better overall, has the potential. He's only 20. Who knows how long Joey Votto is going to be around. Looks like he can hit. His fielding not the greatest, but still that might be a possibility. Kevin Campos, not really the greatest hitter, but he's got some speed. He can field very well. I don't know if we go with him the first pick. Maybe we go Julio Ruiz here. It's only 20. I think this is the draft. So we'll go with Julio Ruiz. He'll be the replacement for Votto. Who knows how long he'll last. So we went with Julio Ruiz, the first baseman, instead of a pitcher. And now we'll get into our next pick. And you can see Kevin Campos, the guy we're kind of looking at. 60 overall. I mean, once again, the ETA only 2023, but still has decent potential. We'll go with him. We'll draft him there. We do need infield depth, that's for sure. As now we get into, I believe it's the second round, because that was a compensatory pick. And now we can take a look at some pitchers. We got Otis Morrison here, 75 potential, as they're saying, 55 overall. Very good velocity, almost maxed out. Good with his stuff and break. Not the greatest control, but that could be a possibility. A lot of these guys, he has good stamina. Four-seamer around 92, they're saying. So that's another possibility. Bart Paris. He doesn't have much, velocity, but he has decent control, so that's, not too bad. Elias Sizemore's got a decent array of pitches, but not really much in the velocity sense. Right now, I think we're going to take Otis Morrison with the pick. That velocity always gets you, maybe the control guys are a lot better, but those guys that can just throw like 96, 97, if you can just work on them, that's fantastic. As you can see, now we're getting to the harder part of this draft, whereas guys we just couldn't get scouted in time. And we only have one more guy scouted, and that's Theodore Rico in right field. And he might not hit for power, but the dude can hit, decent plate vision, good discipline. Not the greatest fielder, but does also have some speed. That's not bad. So we'll take Theodore Rico, and hopefully he turns out to be, a decent pick here in round number 3. As we get to round number 4, like I said, starting to run out of guys where we only have a few guys maybe left. Even Antonio Zambrano is about the only guy. And he can't really do much but run. The dude is fast, but that's about it. I mean, was he 5'8"? Yeah, so I'm not sure if we're going to really take him. Might take a look at more pictures here. So here's Vincent Park. How accurate this is, obviously, who knows? Maybe we get a steal with that. And William Hall, yeah, he only has 3 pitches. I'm not sure if I want to go with him. And 2 of them are fastballs, so he's definitely not a starter for me. You'd have to turn him into a reliever. Christopher McQueen, he's got decent stuff, good stamina. It says 80 overall. Wow, that's interesting. 80 overall. Let's try that. We'll just go Christopher McQueen, see how he turns out. Hopefully we luck out with that one, as now we head into round number 5. Just trying to find Vincent Park still around. Let's see, Duncan Roper, 75 potential, 70 overall. Does 4 pitches. Not the greatest stamina, so maybe he would be a bullpen guy, but velocity and break not too bad. There's Jamie Alvarado. Not really good velocity-wise. All right, we got Brian Velasquez here. Good stamina, just decent overall, really. So I think maybe we go with either William Hall or with Park. We're going to go Vincent Park here. Or we go Duncan Roper. It's just a bunch of guys that you really just, it's hit or miss, really. Just take one of them. We're going to take Duncan Roper there in the 5th round. And once again, hopefully that turns out to be a decent pick. Who knows? We'll see here after the draft with the signing. Once again, I just wish the scouting was done a different way. And, you know, you could just... It's like I can't even scout half the guys on here. I can only scout a few. It's just so tough. I wish you could scout more guys. Obviously, it just maybe the reports were kind of messed up if your scouts weren't that great. I still think it's like that, but I just wish you could scout a lot more guys or have a lot more scouting department. But that's going to be the draft. You can see we took a reliever there at the end. I doubt he'll be any good. So let's take a look at the guys here. So Julio Ruiz, he is a 71 overall, A potential, 20 years old. And man, he looks pretty good so far. Yeah, we just got to work on his fielding. Not the greatest, but he can hit. He's durable, so that's good. And, you know, he could be up in the bigs before, you know it. Kevin Campos, only a 61 overall. The dude really needs to work on his hitting. Wow. But he is a B potential. Decent speed, decent stealing. Yeah, we'll have to work on him for sure. He's a little bit away, but still, the B potential will help out. Just needs to work on that hitting. Otis Morrison we took there in the 2nd round. He's only a 55 overall, but B potential, 21 years old. Good velocity, good stamina. I'll have to just work on everything else. Man, same thing. Fielding, not good, but still not that bad of a pick. Theodore Rico, B potential, 60 overall, 21 years old. He has good contact. He can hit as well, and he's got some speed. So just have to work on fielding. I don't think he's going to be much of a power guy, but, you know, that's good. So contact and speed, can't really go wrong with that. Christopher McQueen kind of went just, you know, this is where we had to do whatever we could do. But he's a D potential, not good. But 71 overall, got good arm strength, decent accuracy, decent K per 9, so it's okay. And then Duncan Roper, 68 overall, C potential. We will hang on to him. Well, who knows what he will end up being. He might not be anything. And Brian Molina was just a pickup. Definitely not even going to sign him. He won't be signed. 45 overall, D potential. Yeah, don't even worry about signing him. So I would say not that bad of a draft. It's okay. We got 3 to 4 guys there we can work with and go forward through the future. At least we got a really good number 1 pick there with Julio Ruiz. I think he's going to be outstanding for sure. So hopefully within the next year or two, we can see what he's doing as we get to the All-Star break. And we're only a half game out of the wild card. Wow. 47 of 41. Just hovering a little bit above that 500 record, but still half game out of the wild card. I don't know if I want us to make the playoffs. I'm trading guys regardless. I'm not really going for a playoff run here. So we're going to make some trades, and we're going to start out with Tanner Roark, if I can pronounce the freaking name. So we're going to make a trade here. We're going to go to the Angels. Brandon Marsh in the outfield. He's up there, maybe the top 10 prospects in their team, according to some scouting reports. Obviously, outfield, maybe not something we really always need, but the most depth we can possibly get. I've tried other prospects. It's just so tough to trade for guys. Obviously, Tanner Roark's not going to bring in much, but Brandon Marsh, not too bad. B potential, 62 overall. He's only 21 years old. He can improve. And then we got Rodriguez, who was a B potential, I believe, as well. So we make that first deal. That is the first deal we go with. And now we try to find a trade partner for Matt Kemp. So I looked around, couldn't find anything, and just decided, hey, I'm going to use this trade finder because we got to find something. And then, let's see, the Yankees, Ario, Urudo, B potential, 67 overall. He's only 23 years old. That might actually not be half bad. If we can get whatever we can for a 34-year-old player who we're not going to use at all, obviously frees up salary as well. The Yankees have no problem taking salary, so maybe we just do this deal and we get a decent pitcher out of it. Somebody we can hopefully build, keep going. He's only 23. We'll take that deal. B potential, not too bad. We'll take that one. So who's next on the list here? Go down the list. Anybody? So there he is. Let's see what he's got first. 67 overall, P potential. He's only 23. He's got good stuff. So that's good. So I don't think that's half bad of a trade. I'll take that, especially for somebody you have no plans for, that for sure. So next, I think maybe Raisel Iglesias. I know he's still got 3 years left, but we're gonna go to Tampa and we're gonna trade and get Brent Honeywell. And then Brandon Lowe, who is going to be kind of a utility player who can play on the bench. I love those guys, especially when you're in the National League. Guys can play multiple positions. So I think that's a really good trade, and it works out. We can just put Amir Garrett as a closer. As you see here, Eugenio Suarez doesn't get anything. As now we go to Scooter Gennett, and we can really get rid of him due to the fact that he is an actual, I believe, free agent after the season. He's past arbitration. He's past all that. So we either have to sign him or, he's definitely a free agent, and I don't think we're going to sign him. He might just want too much money. So we look around, and the Marlins, Victor Mesa, obviously in the offseason, he was a big name, an international signing. So that's not bad. A potential with Nick Neidhart. I believe he came from did he come from the Angels organization and then went to in a trade to Miami? Have to look that one up. As you can see, yeah, he's a total free agent after this year. So no really reason holding on to him. So I think this is a good trade. I think we get an A potential, another outfielder, I know, but with Nick Senzel, we can move him to the infield, and I think that's really what's going to happen. So we're going to take this trade for Victor Mesa, and then Nick Neidhart we're going to take as well. I think he's a B potential. Yeah, he's only 21 years old, 64 overall. And we can hopefully build him too. We'll take that trade. So we're really picking up some, decent young players here. And the next guy we're looking to trade is Yasiel Puig, but he's injured at the moment. He has about a week left on the injury. So now, as I say that, I was about to try to sim to get to the trade, and then the Rays come up and say, "Hey, we'll trade for Puig." Tyler Naquin, he can play the outfield. He's not too bad. And then Charlie Morton really doesn't fit what we're needing. He's a 35-year-old pitcher with one more year left on his deal. But you know what? Hey, what the heck? Just to finish out the season, I don't mind Naquin. I think he's a decent player. He's not making a whole lot. He's still got 3 years left of arbitration, so really can't complain about that. So we have him at least under control. And then he's a decent hitter, a guy that can just, play all the positions in the outfield. The more depth, we got a decent starting pitcher for a guy that I definitely have no use for, and that's Puig. I think this is a deal I'm actually all about. Wow, the computer actually offered a decent deal that I don't mind. I know we're picking up more salary as well, but I like the players in the deal. I think we'll do it. And there goes Yasiel Puig. So he lasted about half a season here in Cincinnati, and he goes to Tampa Bay. So Tampa Bay likes the trade partner with us, that's for sure. So I think now that's going to do it for the trades. We've done enough. We got some decent prospects. We got some guys. I like the trades. We got rid of who we needed to get rid of, and let's look around the league and see other trades that kind of went down. Anything crazy? You see, Naquin got traded twice. Look, see, Yoenis Cespedes got traded. Wow, for Keen Wong. So the Mets and the Rays are just dealing here. Wow. Tommy Pham for Felipe Vasquez and Chris Taylor. Rays again in the trade. Joey Gallo for Brandon Rogers. Man. Giants get Kevin Pillar for Drew Pomeranz. Giants get Kipnis for Kevin Pillar and Derek Holland. Brett Gardner for Jason Kipnis. What is going on here? Guys are just getting traded left and right, back and forth. Austin Robine for, Uroto got traded, and then we got him as well. Man. Chris Taylor for Josh Bell. These are some interesting trades by the computer, out to say. So we're going to sim to the end of the minor league season, and let's see what these guys in the minors did. So, we'll go to AAA first and see what some of our guys did down there. So, Senzel hit 15 home runs. Not too bad. Brandon Marsh hit 3. I don't think he's much of a power guy as it is. Senzel was right there with 56 RBI, 15 steals there, and actually 11 for Senzel. So not bad. He'll be up next year no matter what. Brandon Marsh only had 2 steals. And let's see what Senzel had. He had 267, but still 372 on base. Brandon Marsh, we got in the trade, really struggled, only hitting 193, so maybe we have to drop him. I don't know if we start him in AAA or just drop him down to AA. We'll see what happens in the offseason going forward. So let's take a look at guys here. Pitching-wise, I don't know if we really have too many guys. Maybe Lucas Sims is really the only guy to really look at here in AAA. Couple guys here, but really, AA is really what I want to look at here for pitching. That is for sure. So not too bad, nothing really spectacular. As we go now to AA, Gavin Lavallee. He led with homers there, even though his power against lefties is 29. Jonathan India hit 13. Trammell hit 13. Victor Mesa ended up with 4. Trammell with 72 RBI. He had a very, very good season. That is good to see. He is up to, he's at A potential, going up with 68 overall. He's got the hitting stats. I don't know. Maybe he's destined for the big leagues next year too. I know it might be a little crazy, but like I've said before, I like getting those young guys up quick. It's always fun just getting them up. I mean, he only hit 269, but that's okay. You can deal with it. Jonathan India, he dropped actually in potential down to he's down to a B, but still I think he'll be ready to go to AAA for next year, and hopefully he can fare well, as Victor Mesa only hit 233. So hopefully that improves a lot well. Brett Honeywell looking very good. So that trade's looking for that one really good. He had a very good season, now up to a 70 overall. Same with Uroto. Man, they are if that's how you pronounce, if I really mispronounced that name, I'm sorry about that. Hunter Green, not too bad. So it looks like we have some good young arms in the minors, and I think that will be maybe the AAA rotation here going for next year. Nick Neidhart, not the greatest with the 7.91 ERA, but not all of them can work out. But hopefully it was just a bad stretch, and he'll be good to go next year, as the bats do not make the postseason, and the lookouts don't make it as well. So none of the minor league teams made the playoffs, but the major league roster, however, was close. It came down to the final week, but we just missed out of the wild card by 3 games. You can see 3 teams were tied there for that last spot. Go around the league. Yankees win the East with the Red Sox winning 102, and they got a wild card. So this team just still just absolutely killing. Twins win that division with 96 wins. Astros with 110. Athletics get the other wild card. So you got the Red Sox versus the A's there in the wild card game. Phillies win the division in the East. Central Cubs with 107 wins. Cardinals with 86. And then the Dodgers with 86 wins win the West. And there's your wild card there. So let's take a look at the season here for this major league team. Hits is going to be Tyler Naquin actually with 178. Suarez with 25. Schebler with 23. Votto with 21 homers. So obviously don't really have the biggest power guys, that's for sure. We didn't even have a guy at 100 RBI, so that obviously is going to have to change here coming into the future. We need those guys. Tyler Naquin, 21 steals. So I like that trade. Tyler Naquin really looks like he performed well. Actually, he ended up in second on average on the team. So that is good to see. Jesse Winkler had a very good season. He has a 99 contact versus righties. So that is good to see. Nice young player coming through there. Let's take maybe a look at OPS. Votto with a 931 OPS. So that is good there. He's still performing well. So it looks like that season he had last year was just a fluke. And this year comes right back and just absolutely kills it. Pitching-wise, Charlie Morton turns out to be the best pitcher with Luis Castillo. He really turned it around. He was having a bit of a struggle. He finishes 12-11. Obviously, when we traded Raisel Iglesias, we put Amir Garrett at the closer, and he didn't do half bad. Hernandez out of the bullpen good. You have Morton, 3.29 ERA. Castillo with the 3.63 ERA. So it looks like he had a very good season. Overall going up. He's going to be the ace of this team here going forward for the future. So that is fantastic to see. And we missed out on the playoffs, but now let's move on. We're just going to sim past the playoffs here. Really should have taken a look at the stats for the rest. I totally blanked on that one. Looking at the stats for the regular season and the MVP, I don't know what I was thinking there. I was just ready to get to the postseason and get ready because I can't wait to get through this offseason because I'm thinking, at first I'm not sure. I might get through the second season a lot quicker as the Phillies beat the Yankees and the Bryce Harper deal works out perfectly for Philadelphia in the first season of his contract. My thought was obviously sim this first season, second season, not really play a whole lot. Maybe a couple games and then try to get through the second season just to get more of the the younger guys in as Pujols retires. But who knows? We'll see. Maybe I bring up a few more younger guys than I thought in the second season, and we play a little bit more games to see how they perform. Like I said, off season though, I'm not going to be signing anytime big time free agent signings here. At least in this offseason, maybe not the next. Maybe if we can get a solid core going, we can definitely sign maybe somebody in the future. As the Hall of Fame inductees, Pujols, Ichiro, that is a no-doubter right there. Two of the greatest players, I would say, ever to play baseball for sure. No doubt about it. So we get into this exclusive negotiations with some of these guys. So David Hernandez performed absolutely well. We'll probably bring him back. We'll tender a qualifying offer for Wood. We'll also make him an offer. He's 29 years old, so maybe like a 2 or 3 year deal. He's got some good interest, that's for sure. So we can put him in the rotation. I don't think Jared Hughes, Zach Duke, I do not want at all. David Hernandez, I think we want him back for sure. So we'll just make him an offer. We'll just offer him a 1 year deal. I mean, he's 34 years old. Yeah, it's not really asking for a whole lot there either. So that we'll offer him that deal. And then Jose Iglesias, let's see, at 241 this year, OPP under 300. So I'm not really sure if I want him back either. Maybe we'll just let him go and we can have some guy. We can have guys fill in here, as I don't think we're going to go after Jared Hughes either. Yeah, about a 6 ERA, whip at 1.68. I don't think so. We're not going to take that at all. You can pretty much get going there. So after this, we're going to have to move on to, tendering some offers. So actually, let's look at the first base coach first. Bryce Ruiz. Oh, there's some good guys here. Rick Addison. I think we'll go Rick Addison, get the 2+ speed. So I'll offer him a deal there, and hopefully he'll take the offer as our new first base coach. And obviously now we have to tender some contracts. Just going to go through this quickly here. Not going to really do anything crazy. Might just show a guy, yeah. That process takes pretty long, and rather just get through it. Wasn't big things there. Didn't really let anybody go that was big, so you didn't really miss anything there. And now we go to free agent signing. So maybe we'll just pick up some guys. Yeah, Dallas Keuchel might be a guy we kind of pick up, just see what he has. Obviously, I don't think anybody signed him this previous year, so he's been sitting on free agency for the whole year. And maybe we pick him up, see what he has, looking around just different guys. That has to be a draft pick, I would think. Rod Luther, he's only 19 years old. see potential. Yeah. So do we offer? Let's see what he wants. 1 year deal, just a 1 year deal. Say maybe a rotation. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. It's only 6.5 mil for 1 year. Let's see what else we got. Relievers, yeah, our bullpen definitely needs some help for sure. So might have to look at some bullpen guys. Catchers, don't really need. First baseman, we don't need obviously. I don't think we really need anything there. Second base, there's Scooter Gennett, now a free agent. Second baseman, I don't think we need too much of. Third base, we might move Senzel back to third, so maybe we really don't need a third baseman either. Maybe just look for a utility guy here that can kind of play, the infield. Outfield, same thing. Nothing really crazy. Maybe just looking at some young guys we can kind of stash. Just see if there's anybody there. Let's keep going down here in center field. And we have a Cespedes. I believe that's his, the half-brother of Yoenis Cespedes. So, from Cuba, why not? Let's make a signing. He's only 22 years old, so we'll try to offer him a contract. Keep going down, see if there's anybody here. Kyler Murray! Ho-ho! The Heisman Trophy winner. Kyler Murray, obviously not going to play baseball anymore. He is definitely going into the draft. Who knows where he'll be drafted this coming up week, this Thursday, the draft. We're all for him a deal. So maybe Kyler Murray becomes the story of this franchise. Who knows? That would be something interesting. So we try to sign Kyler Murray, Luke Gregerson, and Libator. We offered a contract. And hopefully those guys can sign and we get some decent signings out of the bullpen. Now going to around major deals here in the bigs. Also Grando to the Cubs. Morrow goes to the Angels. And you can see we got Gregerson signed there on the deal. Libator signed as well. Dallas Keuchel signed. And then you can see we got Kyler Murray signed. So that is definitely cool. That's actually really cool. I hope he makes it. I hope we can make it with him. Now the one gripe, I think I said this last year. They don't tell you you have to go to the stupid quick menu thing. I think through the messages. Can you just give me a pop-up that says you have signed this player? I shouldn't have to go either through that or go to the roster just to see that I've signed somebody. I don't like that at all. I wish that would be changed. Because I'd like to see if I sign somebody. That would be fantastic. But, not much you can do. As you can see, we're making moves here. Nick Senzel moved to shortstop. Taylor Trammell, we're moving to the big. So we're going to have two young guys coming up next year. Just those guys. Scooter Gennett is going to sign with the Pirates. Randone goes to the Rangers. Garrett Cole goes to the Angels. So the Angels trying to pick up some pitchers here in this offseason. I said this offseason was going to go quick. Not too much else there. Josh Donaldson goes to the Giants. As we're going to move quickly here, we'll probably just go through the Rule 5 draft. There's really not many other free agents that we need or we're looking at. So let's go to the Rule 5 draft. Maybe there's somebody there that we can really go to. A lot of guys getting picked. Wow. So let's go. We got the 15th pick here. Oh, J.P. Crawford. That is interesting. I know he struggled with Philly. Obviously, he was a top prospect a few years ago. Still not bad. You can see Lucas Sims is sitting there for our roster. I'm not sure if anybody's going to pick him up. I'll just wait on that chance. Cisco from the Orioles. Obviously, know a little bit more about him. He's a decent catcher. He's really good with fielding, but the hitting's been hit or miss. That's why he's not really a big leaguer yet. But J.B. Crawford's interesting. Maybe we can get something out of him. I know he'd have to stay on the 25-man roster the whole year, but that gives you utility. He doesn't have to start. He can be a utility guy, play second, third, and short. I mean, why not? Just give it a chance, and maybe, he's an A potential. Maybe he turns out to be something. So let's pick him. Let's pick J.P. Crawford, and he'll be on the roster for sure. Obviously, unless we trade him away. But anybody else on the roster? Anybody on here that can see that we really want? I don't think so. I think that was I wasn't really expecting to pick up anybody, but seeing him there, maybe. Obviously, Lucas Sims, nobody's picked him up yet, so that's good to see. So he'll probably stay, and we'll skip our selection here. We're done with that. And Sims does let's see. He does not get picked, so that's good. Good around 4. Yeah, nobody picked him, so he'll stay on the roster, so at least we keep Lucas Sims around. As we sim through the rest of this free agency period, this offseason, and Jesse Winkler just needs to be, his contract to be renewed, and same with Tyler Mahle. That's about it. Those two guys just need the contracts renewed. They did not offer, we not sign the deals we'd offered them, but that's pretty much the offseason. Not really crazy, which I thought, because we're not going to go after big-time free agents, but getting J.P. Crawford, getting a guy like Kyler Murray is kind of exciting. So hopefully you'd like to see him in Double-A. And, you know, if you want to see a Kyler Murray game, let me know down below. We can definitely, you know, kind of do a player lock thing where we play with Kyler Murray for a game, and that would be interesting. So that will be cool, and maybe he does perform well, and within the next year or two, he accelerates and becomes a big leaguer. So that would be cool to see. As we move into this next season, I think obviously we'll play. We're just going to skip right to the regular season. We'll definitely play opening day to see some of these guys, see the Senzel and Trammell major league debuts. And then hopefully we'll see how this second season goes. If we make any more trades and continue to build this Reds team to a point where we want to, and hopefully they can be a winner going forward. So that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for staying through this, watching this one. This is a long one. Hopefully this team turns out to be a success. And if you please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I will see you in the next one. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.